Estate Alliance Group is here to tell us about new real estate rules. Of course, to make it more complicated, right?
Yeah.
As if like people are scratching their heads, where do we start with real estate, you know? And so rules are changing, but North Dakota's in good shape from what I understand. From national laws to state laws, we've already done the move.
Oh
so
my gosh,
what is
yeah.
changing, I guess, here, or what is this new law?
So people have probably been hearing about this for a while, is the lawsuits associated with the National Association of Realtors and some of the changes that will transpire. And those changes are occurring on the 17th.
Okay.
Fortunately,
Nationally.
nationally. But fortunately for North Dakotans, we have been ahead of the game for quite some time. So while other communities are going to experience some new requests and new documents to sign, we have been really transparent and forthcoming with buyers and sellers since the beginning. So the changes are nominal for us. And in fact, we are even further ahead in implementing a lot of these changes that people experienced this weekend already a week prior. So we're ahead of the game in those two regards. I think one thing, though, that is probably going to surprise a lot of home buyers or shoppers is the fact that now when you call up an agent to go tour a home, you will be asked to sign a touring agreement. And that's something new. I mean, a lot of people are accustomed to driving by, maybe seeing a sign in a yard, calling the agent on the sign and saying, hey, can I get inside? And we're all more than happy to come out and greet you and show you the house. But now there's going to be one step ahead of just walking through the door. We're going to ask for you to review some disclosures so you're fully aware of what real estate agents can do for you.
Does that include open houses?
Yeah, so fortunately, open houses are still going to be easy breezy, right? Because in those situations, really, you're just a spectator to the house, and the person who's usually hosting the open house is representing the seller. So it will be clear that that agent is there working on behalf of the homeowner in most cases. And so open houses are going to be an in and out, just like you've experienced before. It's just the one-off showings that you should expect to sign some paperwork.
So how long have you been a realtor?
I have been a realtor for just over a year and a half. So this is a new change that I can acclimate pretty easily to, but it's a big change for some agents who have been doing this for quite some time, especially if you're not from North Dakota.
Right. So then I guess my next question leading into that is, what are the changes going to be like? Are they going to be beneficial? I'm assuming they would be for this new law in your experience, maybe even for other realtors, or is it more for the seller who's benefiting?
Yeah, I mean, I think everybody benefits because it's really encouraging us to slow down and have the conversation about representation so people fully understand what kind of services they get and what they can expect from a fee perspective when it comes to real estate. In North Dakota, like I said, we've been doing buyer representation agreements for quite some time. Other states have not. So here, again, the changes won't be as noticeable as elsewhere. But overall, I think it's a good thing to get people to take a step back and have a conversation about how this is going to work and how we're working for you.
Who is this, you know, what's changing as far as the buyer standpoint or the seller standpoint? Is it the fees? You did touch on that a little bit.
Yeah, so really the fees, and that's where it's really interesting when you're watching some of these national newscasts. It's really misleading that people are going to save all of this money because fees are negotiable. Well, fees have always been negotiable.
It's real estate fees you're talking about, or
so
the
it's
agent
the commissions.
fees.
It's the commissions that have been garnering a lot of attention, but those commissions have always been negotiable. You know, it's just, again, it's causing people to slow down, stop, and have conversations and ask questions. I think that, you know, the transparency is really what's driving this, so people see up front what they can expect and how they can influence some of those costs. So that's all good things. I would say that, you know, when you do approach an agent or you call to go tour a single home, again, you'll be asked to sign some documentation. One of the agents in our office, Bill Dean, made a good point. He's like, it's kind of like going to the doctor, right? You don't just walk right in and start talking to the doctor.
That's a good
you
point.
sit in the lobby, you fill out some paperwork, and then you proceed to have conversations. It's going to be just like that.
It's probably an extra 2 minutes. That's it, right?
Yes.
Just sign a paperwork. Okay, we had some